G'day, welcome to Man-Scientist Prospecting. My name's 𝗏𝘃𝗶𝗏𝗏. I'm here with Martin.
G'day all.
I did a video, I showed you a really great test pan when I was here with the kids. No kids today. Unfortunately, because we're together, we have to do the whole mask thing. But without kids, we should, and no dog, we should have a better, clearer run of it, unless we get gas bagging.
No, we'll be right.
Which is possible. I've done videos here before, the first few years ago,
deep from the side of my trench.
And I know there's fine gold all the way up and down here, and I'm looking at the big chunky stuff and thinking, well, maybe that's a good spot. That's someone's diggings. Yeah, that's obviously. We should take your yabby pump and suck out the bottom of that.
I reckon someone's probably done that.
Well, you never know.
I don't know.
Because if it's someone like me who doesn't have a yabby pump,
that sort of feels like my gumboot's got a leak.
you're getting wet socks.
You see how it hammers when it is in flood.
Here's where I did that last video. Yep. And look at this, see that? I filled my hole in, good boy. So we could easily scoop that out quickly and clean the bottom out because I didn't get a chance to.
Grab some water from up there.
Yeah, actually there's a lot less water than I thought there'd be given the rain we had just a couple of days ago. Sorry, go on.
If you were getting good gold from there but you hadn't cleaned it out completely, you hadn't, I reckon, hit that because you know that's...
Well, I know
a spot
there's good gold all up and down here.
Yeah.
It's only once you get further up that I've started finding places where the gold wasn't. But that was when I was still following the low pressure model, and I know better now. I reckon we could go back to that spot and get on the gold. So, we know there's gold here, so we'll do a high banker run from here.
Okay.
Get a whole stack of buckets.
Yep.
Yep. But we'll grab samples from upstream.
Can do.
Can do or will do?
Will do.
I'm looking for some leadership here, Martin.
Yeah. You know the area.
Yeah, you're the guest, and I'm just faffing around. All right, let's get some high banker buckets here. So I've been scraping away here where we believe there is a pay streak, which Martin's about to confirm with a test pan. But I was just looking here and looking at all this ironstone that's collected here. I don't think I noticed it there, but it was more larger rocks. But here, this pocket, it's just, look at it all. So I think I'm going to test pan this. Not be so cavalier with scraping off the top. Martin's coming down with his pan. See, he said it was nice. He said mine was fine. He says his is nice. So let's see what he's got.
Some of it's washed back in.
Oh, is that a picker?
Not with my gloves on, it's not.
Yeah, I'm working on a new definition of picker.
You can pick it up.
I'm going to do a video. I think the picking it up is not enough. That's a picker.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like that sound.
Yeah.
Let's snuff him up.
That's not bad.
That's not bad from
Now I'll admit that is better than mine because I had large pieces, not pickers, but his hole is bigger than mine because see, there's his hole, there's mine, and yours was half a bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of classified material.
Yeah. Okay. Half a bucket of classified material, whereas mine was less than a pan of unclassified material. Not that it's a competition or anything. I think Martin might be about to shoot me, but see, that's what I've just got. See there, and I've got it from there, that little scrape there, off the surface.
Oh, what's the top?
That's off the top.
That's the same size as a...
That is from that hole. That is that. That's me what I took off the top. I took off that rock, and that rock, and I think that rock was sitting on top of that rock.
Yeah.
So yeah. See, this pile here might have a bit of gold in it. So just been discussing our results so far with Martin. That right there, the channel's still got walls, so it's faster moving. Whereas here, it's opened up a bit, and that's why where Martin's working the other side of that bucket, there was a noticeable sort of mound of heavy rocks in the center, and you've still got the walls of the channel sort of enclosing the flow, whereas where I'm working, it's more spread out. And so that's why you've got a bigger spread of dumped rocks. which means it could have a bigger spread of gold, but I think it'll still be in a pay streak. Martin's just asked me if I wanted gloves. But yeah, we don't use gloves at 𝗦𝗿𝗵𝗏 prospecting, no. Because how would we get our mining manicure if we're wearing gloves? Right, that's not why I picked up the camera. Okay, I haven't touched this. I wanted to grab the camera just in case it's what it looks like. But just sitting on top here. Oh, it's not gold. It's the paint from the bucket. Just looked like there was these little flecks of yellowy goodness sitting on the top, but no, it's the paint. And for some reason, against the mud, it looks really goldy colour, but oh well. Oh well, I look a bit silly.
You only look silly if you put it on video.
Yeah, well, there's a reason this channel's called 𝗦𝗿𝗵𝗏 Prospecting.
Yeah.
I've now cleared off the sort of the top loose gravel layer in my trench, and I've got it classified with the bucket classifier. Half a bucket, bit over half of a bucket of material, which for that big trench is not much dirt, which is a good thing because it means I don't have to take much home. Martin, you haven't been doing much digging, have you? You've been doing a lot of sampling.
A lot of sampling.
Martin's been doing a lot of sampling, so he doesn't have a stash yet of dirt to take home, but he's been getting some very interesting results.
Well, I think this first, we took the top off.
And
scraped.
you got a picker in front of that big rock.
Yep. River's going that way, or the creek's going that way. Scrape the top off. First layer was not match.
Well, hang on. Because someone told you to scrape the top off and not test it.
Ah.
It wasn't the top layer, was it?
No.
It was the second
But it was the second layer. That had good pan. That was, until that depth, it was good.
That was half a bucket and you went down to clay stuff.
Yep.
Right.
Until that, pretty well till that layer.
Right, so when you've gone back to this layer where it's a bit dry,
that was...
you've got loose gravel on top.
Yep.
Then you've got a bit of clay gravel, is that right?
This orangey rusty looking stuff, which I thought might be okay, but there was three tiny specks between here and there.
You just dug a whole stack of that red stuff.
Yep.
And got
3 tiny specks.
Whereas above it you got some really nice...
Yeah, in front of this rock.
Right, and the stuff that you got above it, was the stuff above it sitting on top of it? Or was the stuff above it just in the gravel above it?
I cannot recall that.
Oh, no!
No!
What's the point of collecting
Yeah.
data if you forget it? Have you punched through that red layer yet? Because below that that orange layer...
Here I did, I think.
...be a grey-white mudstone.
Over here we did. We went deeper.
And you got...
And it was, yeah, very little again.
You haven't seen much of me lately because I haven't been
that first pan,
very well.
That was great.
Well,
so if it's not easy to dig and it's not easy to classify,
but yeah,
ignore it.
Been having fun. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
And
happy with that?
That top layer.
That top layer. So the gold hasn't dropped. So I actually think I'm going to have a bit of rest because classifying all that down to, I think it's a number 10 mesh. Also, but the stuff that didn't pass the number 10 mesh, I panned off just in case there was a big picker. There wasn't. So disappointed about that. 4 big specks and a bunch of flour.
4 very small specks
and
some flour.
A couple of shots of Mike.
They're not small specks. They're very, very small pieces.
They can identify as specks, yes.
Right. Okay. We got to challenge the definitions here.
That's right.
4 specks that you can see without struggling. Can we agree on that definition?
Yes.
Right. Okay. And then there's a bunch of other specks, and then the more I look, the more flour I'm seeing. Like all over, and including down here. So I think you got more there than you think.
I'll blame the muddy, murky water.
Yeah, because like, where was it? There's one near that little wormy thing that I can see from here. There's another one I can see from up here, there. But then when you stick your eyes right down, there's all this fine mustard stuff. Yeah, which will be on your finger now.
That really mustard stuff.
It's all gold!
It is all gold, but I'm in it for the good gold.
It's all good gold. But that mustard stuff,
Yeah, it will add up.
it adds up. You just stick it in a bucket,
Yeah.
collect it, and then down the track you get a crucible, you throw some borax in it, you burn the buggery out of it, and then you'll have a little pellet.
That's all beyond me.
I'll be doing a video on it, so you can. But in the meantime, you collect it.
I'll collect it. I'll put it in a little tub.
I'm not sure if he's going to do that. He'll think about it. You can't hear because he's not mic'd, but he's saying all sorts of horrible things about me. I'm really at that stage where I'm not sure if I can be bothered because I'm just having fun. So I've just been scrabbling away in my hole trying to get some material out of the bottom, which is not easy because it's all there's all this clay that sticks it together and it's very gravelly. Martin's just panned off 2/3 of a bucket.
Yep.
2/3 of a bucket that's gone through a number 1 mesh.
About that size?
No, number 2 mesh.
10 mil?
I'll get my.
I think it's 9.5 or something mil.
Yeah, well, let's say number 2 mesh. Okay, number 2 mesh, so 1/2 inch. Oh, look at it all. It's just everywhere. Look at it. It's all spread out, nice so we can see it. No pickers though.
No pickers, but I'm happy to dig that.
But you're happy to dig that. Okay, so that was from the top of that hole that's filling with water.
From here?
Oh no, from there, down there.
Yep.
So that was on top of the packed layer.
On top of the red, yep.
On top of the red.
When I got to the red.
Okay, and because of the loose nature of the gravel, it's not the stuff that's sitting on top of the red, it's the stuff that's mixed through the gravel.
Through the gravel.
Because you wouldn't be picking it up off the top of the red. If you pick the stuff that was on top of the red, you should have got in the last pan.
Yep, that's right.
Which was only 3 specks.
This is all this layer.
All that squidgy stuff that's really easy to dig.
And there's no clay in it, or very little clay.
So easy to dig and easy to classify.
Yep.
All right, well, do you know what I'm hoping?
What are you hoping?
I'm hoping that clayey, sticky mess that I've just done has got nothing in it. Because
that'll prove it.
Well, no, because I hate digging clay.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I would do a test pan on the wall. Do a test pan of that, but do it at my test pan hole. Because it's no way near as soupy as yours.
Okay.
Because I've
it there.
Yeah, and I'll pan my clay mess at your one.
Because it's already soupy.
Because it's already soupy, and that will keep that one clean.
Let's hope there isn't much gold in this. Because look, that's clay. There's one pebble in it. It's very gritty clay. And so normally when you're digging that stuff out, you think, oh, I'm down to the clay layer, it's gonna be full of gold. Oh, but here, no. Well, hopefully no. 3 specks, and that's it. Oh, there's a few more little flower golds there, but nothing compared to what we were getting before. Nothing, Martin.
So yeah, that's a good thing. No gold in the clay. And I've just got a pan, and I'm just taking it from the wall here, but I haven't gone very deep, as you can see. It's roughly a shallow width, and I've deliberately avoided this big rock. I've taken from the top of it, but I'm not going underneath it. That was just that little 2-3 inches deep from the side of my trench. 2 or 3 inches? Yeah. It's like, it was only a pan because it was full of all the big rocks still.
Yeah. Not classified?
No. Because I left the big rocks in because there's all the sand sticking to them. Yeah? Yeah. So this is the clean puddle.
This is the cleanish puddle.
And I'm fogging up. I can't see.
This is a speck.
If you've got another... Oh, what? Is that a picker?
It could be. So...
Not this.
There. No, that's not a picker.
It's flat. Geez, it showed up well.
All the way to here.
Look at that.
That's from that one pan of unclassified from the side.
From your side of your trench?
Yep.
So the inside of both our trenches isn't as good as where we put the trenches, but that's still pretty awesome.
The trench itself is okay, the first layer? Or that
yeah, well you went down. Yeah.
And then to the side.
So that means that my bucket of class material is going to be awesome.
That's all easy. That should be awesome.
It should be awesome. I hope it's awesome.
I think that's one of my best. That is my best pan ever. I think.
That
for one
pan?
For one pan of unclassified material.
You know, your first pan would have been your best pan ever if you hadn't gone as deep. Because you probably would have had that picker in the top layer.
We've pushed it all to the side.
Oh.
That's lovely.
With one thing and the other, we didn't get to sort of really do much of a clean-up yesterday. So I had to duck home, and today has been a day I don't want to talk about. But Martin's been by himself and he's cleaned up all the dirt that he got. Mine's still in the back of the ute, and you're about to show me what we got. Is that gold sitting there?
Still quite a lot of black sand.
Right, okay, well we won't criticise your clean-up technique. But this is everything you got yesterday.
Yeah, all the dirt that we collected, or that I collected, and then you've still got yours.
I can see it just sitting there.
You've still got yours to.
I've still got mine to do, yeah.
But there is a nice.
That's not bad. Look at that.
From the volume of dirt that we collected.
And you saying all that? Look at all that flour in there as well. But this is the.
Yeah.
This is a bit. This is the. Oh, sorry. All this flour. Look at that. That all through there. But these are the bits that you get excited by.
Yeah. Absolutely. And we got one more little. I think that was the picker that we.
That was the picker we
dropped yesterday.
Seen. And that, look at that. This looks like a little bit of gold welts platter.
I reckon that one.
I've been getting in trouble for posting pictures of Weld's platter.
Yeah, it made a tiny. I can pick it up.
No, I hear it.
You can hear it. There you go. So that was it, and a heap of lead shot.
Yeah.
As well that
You've cleaned out.
Yeah, that's in one of the buckets here.
Brilliant. So you happy?
I'm very happy. Yeah,
nice.
I had a good visit to Bendigo area, and I'll run it through the blue bowl at home with some other stuff I've got. And
yep. Marvellous. All right, cool.
That's my Bendigo trip done again.
That's for another time.
Yeah.
Another trip done. Cool.
Good time had by all.
Awesome. All right. This was filmed back in October when we still had some, pretty serious restrictions with mask wearing and everything else. That since then things have eased off, and then they've come back, and now WA's gone into a lockdown, so maybe they're coming back again. So it's all still up in the air. Martin ended up getting 1/4 gram from his dirt, but a lot of the dirt that he dug was not that top layer, which was paying really well, but it was the lower layers which were harder packed, and the lower layer again, which was yielding almost nothing. Now, as it happened, just one of those little things is that before I was going down, I was extending my trench, so by the time he'd got back with his sample results about how little the lower layers were paying, I knew not to dig them. So I spent a lot more time digging that top layer, which was yielding much better results. However, I can't show you how much gold I got because it's still in the buckets. But I have a brand new high banker which I can run as a recircling unit here to set up my wash plant again. And as soon as that's done, I'll be running that dirt, and we'll get to see how well it performs. In its sluice configuration, because I've made it so I can use it as a high banker and as a sluice, it's working really, really well. But if you want to see that, stay tuned. And on that note, you haven't seen much of me lately basically because my mental health has been pretty awful, and I really hadn't been coping very well. Last year was a shocker, and I know it was a shocker for a lot of people because of COVID and everything. And one of the struggles I had was COVID. My tool business, where I'm importing tools from Japan and selling them here in Australia, took a big hit with COVID because Australia Post lost a lot of my parcels, which has cost me a lot of money. Also, because so many parcels were going missing, and I had so many customers going, "Hey, where's my stuff?" I've got a bunch of black marks against my name on my eBay account, and that was one of the major ways I was trying to sell my stuff. So I'm just not getting the sales anymore because I've got these black marks on my account, because that's put a big hole in the finances, and that was causing me a lot of stress. But really turned the corner, and it's not because things have got easier, although some things have got easier because the councils are no longer on our back. Found that out officially. We got them to sign off just before the weekend, so that's gone, which is such a relief. But I think the biggest reason why things are a bit better is because I've just been coping a little bit better, and that's a good thing because some extra things went wrong. Finally got myself out of a bit of a hole, and so that we could go camping as a family, to be able to have the gumption to do that. And I knocked myself out while prospecting. There's a story in that, but for now, a big thank you to Bree, who helped Sarah pack up the campsite while I was getting my head stitched back together. My mum's got some real issues with her health, which is some really bad news there. My mother-in-law threw out some of my gold, and there's a story in that, which I'll get to in due course. And we've lost our wheelchair vehicle. It's off the road, and it's going to need $5.5 grand to put it back on the road. And it's, yeah, we just don't have it. Our church is contributing over half of that money, which is just a godsend. But we've still got to find the rest, which we're currently working on. All of that together has meant that I haven't been able to justify the time to even go prospecting, let alone the time to do the filming, do the videos, and everything else. So I don't mention it much, but I do have a Patreon account, and if you would like to support me, support my channel, support what I do, you could pop over to Chestnut and Egg and buy some Japanese tools, or you could contribute to Patreon. And $1 a month, $1 a month is more than enough. And I'm not expecting massive things from this channel. It would be cool, it would be nice, but if I could just get it to the point where my costs are covered, then I don't have to justify taking money from the family budget, which we kind of don't have, to put petrol in the car, to go and do things and spend the time filming. If it's cost neutral, then I'll be a lot freer to have a lot more fun. So if you're up for that, that would be awesome. If you're not, that's cool, because there's other ways you can help and support what we do, and that's liking, commenting, sharing, and otherwise engaging with the videos and the social media posts, so the algorithm thinks that other people might be interested in seeing it. So yeah, stay tuned for the high banking video and a bunch of other stuff. I've just got to work on those legs, and they'll be ready to run. So talk soon. Bye bye.